Tony
Sure.
also is apparently in Mexico now because his whole camera is yellow.
He supposedly has like a new
Yeah, it's a
camera.
new webcam, but it's okay,
Gotcha.
Tony. I'll color correct you. It'll be good. Anyways, hi everyone. Welcome back to Late Nite Lounge. We're back again with a somewhat familiar face. If you guys have paid attention to any of our past episodes, we have a reoccurring guest of Goyo. Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Are you gaming right now?
I'm not answering this. I'm not answering that question.
I mean, I know you are, Tony, but I'll leave you
Thank
alone
you.
for the time being. So anyways, Goyo, we had you on. We were actually just talking about this before we started back in October.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a fun time having you on. So it's good to have you back again.
Yeah, likewise.
But as far as I'm aware, the other two apparently have stories for us today, as they were both very keen to point out pre-recording. So I'm going to let Matt or Tony, whoever goes first, take it away. Whoever talks first
I'll
wins,
rescind my position of talking first to Matt.
Oh, all right, Matt.
Okay.
Stage is
Perfect.
yours. You gave us a heads up before we recorded today that you had
Partially-
a rant.
This is
That's
partially because I
all
gotta
I
walk
know.
out of frame because
Anyway,
Why does this
I can't
happen?
talk. 'cause I have to
little
dip
part of
anyway.
little man room. Okay, come on. Most inopportune
This
time.
happens
all right.
every single time. I start talking, Tony just leaves. Rant number
I'll be able
one.
to- I'll be able to hear.
Okay,
Okay,
But yeah, so as a little context into what I do, I am a soccer coach, and I won't say where, but
Probably
this year
good.
has been so rough for me.
Oh, really? Wait,
Yeah,
for you personally, or for like your team that you coach?
both.
Oh no.
Got it. All right.
So, Lucas and I know Tony is not here, but you two are in Elsa's server, right? Did you see what was happening in general? What I posted 2 days ago?
When?
2 days ago at 4:30.
I don't think so. I do see that there is a giant block of text. I'm gonna assume it's something about that.
Can we get the Spark Notes? What's going on?
Yeah.
So basically, 2 days ago we lost against a team that we should have beaten 4-0, and I was not happy to say it lightly.
So you were predicted to win, and then just got like
it's not even
steamrolled, or
predicted,
what?
like, it's not even we were predicted to win. We were putting our team against theirs. It was a very good matchup for us, but we also should have won that game.
Okay.
We lost 4-0.
Damn.
Ah, yikes.
the hell did your team do?
Yeah.
Break their ankles?
And no,
I know that's what I
we
mean. Did they
lost.
break their own ankles?
Yeah. He's asking if your team's ankles were broken.
Partially, but during the game, they just some of my players didn't care. They weren't acting like they wanted to be there. One of our players was like, when he was on the field, he was talking to our JV coach. I'm just the assistant. He was talking to the JV coach. Then came off.
Tony,
in
mute
the
your
middle of
mic.
play.
What did you say, Matt?
We
I
can
was-
hear
I
all
was
your
tough to
rummaging.
hear.
Matt,
Yeah.
move a little closer. We can't hear you over Tony
Yeah,
rummaging.
Yeah. So they one of our players was actively talking to the JV coach in the game in the middle of play. Then he also came off the field and sat on the bench, even though he was still in.
What?
Why?
Let me just say, this team's attitude is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Jeez.
Is this a new team for you, or what?
New for this year.
Oh, okay. So these aren't people you've been with previously, then, or what?
No, this team is a combination of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
Okay.
And believe it or not, the people that are acting up the most are the freshmen. To no
Oh, wow.
surprise.
Could
Hmm.
have seen that coming.
Band
Yeah,
flashbacks.
yeah. And this
Right.
player,
Listen,
he
we
was a
were all
freshman.
stupid freshmen at one point.
And let me
Okay.
clarify something. He is one of the, in my eyes, he's the most technical skilled player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's very technically skilled. But his attitude is horrible. There's
How so?
that. Then let me move on to the game today. He started like cussing at our coach about the subs that he's making, and he's just not putting in his full effort.
So wait, cussing out a different coach? Like not
Yes,
you, right?
the JV coach.
Okay.
During these past 2 games, I've just sat back and let him let our JV coach do it, because I'm the assistant, and also I if I start talking, then there's a slight chance I may start cussing out the players. And I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna say it's gonna start getting heated.
Yeah, I was getting very heated, and it was so rough for me. And yeah,
So
and it's
sorry, go ahead.
and it's kind of been like this all year. And
Hmm.
there's like some of them legitimately want to be there, like some of the juniors, some of the, like a couple sophomores. But there's the freshman that was like left the game early. There's another there's another freshman who's like at the beginning of the year, like the head coach was telling me like, oh, he's gonna be this really skilled striker. Like on a good day he's average. Like honestly, on a good day he's average. Like he was overhyped and hasn't surprised me, or hasn't exceeded my expectations yet. Then we have this transfer sophomore who's the best player on JV. And his attitude is horrible. You can see where you can sense a pattern with this, right?
Yeah, I'm figuring out an
Yeah.
issue here.
Yes. And the problem is, it's not. There's three, like those three, the three I listed. I'm not naming their names out of respect.
Yeah, of
But
course.
and then there's one other who was kicked off the team last year for, you guessed it, attitude problems.
Oof.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. So
Why do I feel like that's gonna happen again? You have what, 3 people now acting up at the same time? Or
yeah.
is it 2 acting up and then one's just kind of sucks?
They're all acting up.
Oh, they are, okay.
Yeah. it's so bad because I can't really do anything, because one, I'm not the head coach, I'm just the assistant, and two, I am maybe 3, 4, 5 years older than these guys.
Oh, so you can't cuss them out.
I'm still.
That fucking blows. You
I mean,
just lose
I
your
can.
job.
If you don't like your job all that much, yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to I like this job, but at the same time, I can't really do anything because they don't see me as authority. I'm only 19 years old. They're still seeing me as a kid. Some of them even played with me. Like when I was there, I practiced with them and stuff like that. So they know me. So, and also, I can't exactly cuss them out because I'm at a private school. It's frowned upon.
Yeah, and like you said, you don't exactly want to lose your job either.
Yeah.
So I assume you've probably talked to your JV coach about this, no?
About the attitude?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, he knows. He's seen it. It's directed.
What's his take on it? Because he probably has more control, or not control, but
No.
like more authority than you do, no?
Barely.
Really?
He's a security guard, and he wasn't originally supposed to be a soccer coach. We just brought him on. He has a soccer background, so we brought him on as JV. Because originally at the beginning, like at the beginning of the season, the head coach was going to give me the JV head spot, but I didn't feel like I was ready. But now, seeing the team, I felt like I could do a much better job with with the cards I have. So if I am still around next year, if I go to Concordia over GCU, I will be demanding the JV spot. So
That is fair. Makes sense.
Fair enough.
How are you going to turn the ship around? Do you have any
I
plans?
was gonna ask.
I have ideas. Let's just
Okay.
say it involves some
Oh,
conditioning.
Oh hell. Okay.
No, I'll make it fair, like tough but
Matt
fair.
said conditioning. I
So-
immediately
I'll
went
have
to
to
the
read
track on fucking trippy, bro.
Dude, you just had. I saw you have instant PTSD right there, Tony. That was funny.
I was like, oh shit, no running. I can't.
Right.
Yeah. Then-
So you can't really do anything right now about it, though. I
Yeah,
assume
because the season ends next week. Oh, there's Ace.
Oh, okay. So you're basically done already.
We're
then.
basically done. And I wanted to make him run tomorrow, but it wouldn't help. Like the season's already over.
It's not worth it.
And we've already
Yeah.
not worth it at all.
Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, there's that. Then let's talk about some esports,
Ew.
especially
All right, go
IVC.
Real sports to esports. All right. What's the T?
IVC esports?
Koyo doesn't sound pleased.
Let's just say he
No.
knows exactly what.
Oh,
I'm talking
is this
about.
something for both of you then?
The IVC esports is
How much do we want to get into this on a public
I won't.
space, though? Yeah.
All I say is that IVC esports is on lockdown, and I'm not happy about it.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
On lockdown?
Yes. So
Oh,
I can
Okay.
I can briefly not go into it entirely, but
Yeah. Don't say anything that you're
Please.
not supposed to.
Yeah.
Don't. I know
so-
it's a small podcast, but like, don't jeopardize yourself.
Yeah. but there's a bot. It's a ticket bot, and the way it's set up in IVC, you have to fill stuff out to get access to these servers. And let's just say in every single esports Discord server that I'm in for IVC, it has a ticket, so I have to fill stuff out to get
Gotcha.
Sure.
Okay.
Anyways,
Wow.
I think I can probably put two and two together on what or at least something of what could have happened with a ticketing system with probably private information.
it's not that. It's just like at the beginning, it's like the coordinator was talking about it's a student run program, and now he's taking the student run out of the program.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
That's fair. Yeah, that's fucking
Fun stuff.
gross.
So I feel like I saw some kind of notification on what I don't really follow the servers because I don't really participate in it, but
That's fair.
I feel like I saw a notification about something the other day and I just didn't look into it. So I wonder if it was something about that. But anyways, yeah. So is anything going on with esports right now then or no?
Yeah, I mean we have like the Rocket League program has a team, even though it's extremely scuffed.
Goyo, I assume you're still playing?
Yes. Still coaching at IVC and just kind of, I guess, using some extra spare time that I have right now before going to grad school to like try and really get good at this game and
Gotcha.
see what happens.
I see the Rocket League ball on your shelf there, so
Oh yeah, this guy,
perfect.
nice and squishy.
Is it a plush?
Take
It
a
is,
bite
it
out of
is.
it.
Oh, that's
Take
great.
a bite out of it.
I didn't
Do it, Goyo.
hamburger.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So things are kind of happening still. I guess that's better than nothing. But
Yeah.
so you are still coaching though, Goya?
Yes, I will be coaching the team because we only have one. It looks like so far
I'm so annoyed.
this semester.
I'm so
Did
annoyed by that.
Did it shrink in size then?
Yes.
Oh,
The changes that have been made have like cut like not half, but close to half of the players that we had.
ooh, yikes! And
Yep.
that wasn't of your choosing, I assume. That was
No.
entirely like
Not
administrative,
my
probably.
choice. Yes.
No part.
Dang. Okay.
Yep.
Shit. So you had what, 2 teams previously?
Mhm.
Yeah, usually I think my first semester coaching there, we had one team, and then last semester we had 2. It was awesome. The JV team, the Galaxy was on, was popped off. They had an undefeated season actually,
Yeah.
We
and then
heard.
won their championship. Yeah, it was super hype. And varsity had their issues, but I was thinking, we could iron those out this semester, or at least start to figure them out.
Except the entire varsity team left.
Yeah, that was also a little problem.
To
Okay.
say the least.
Yeah, I think we would have had one player coming back from the fall team.
Well, I mean, I hate it's not a good situation, but putting any kind of good light on it, I guess at least your undefeated JV team, or at least most of it, I hope, is still around.
Yeah, actually, that is the good news. I think we just lost Ali from that lineup, right? Galaxy
and Fearless tactically.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. Well, we lost half of that team.
Never mind. We lost them.
Jeez.
GGs.
Wow. You guys really just got neutered. That's
We got freaking Thanos snapped.
you really did.
Yeah.
You got one person back from varsity and only
No,
half to 2/3 of JV. That's it.
Yeah,
Well,
half.
half a JV, then
And one singular person.
the one varsity returner.
The one guy who the one man who got away.
Let's just say he can't compete due to reasons.
Okay.
So it's even. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, so
it just
everyone
keeps
from
getting worse.
varsity's gone actually.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
this story is just. But wait, it can get worse.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's a big infomercial.
Yeah. Right. Oh
There's
my
so much.
God.
There's so much more I want to say, but out of respect, I don't want to. Be
Yeah, I get you.
be that
I
guy.
probably shouldn't make you talk about it too
I'll
much
talk
more.
about it
'cause I
after.
don't want you-
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about off the
Off air, we chat shit.
We'll-
On air,
we'll
we
talk
don't.
about it later.
No, we chat shit to each other.
I mean, we could still chat a little bit, but nothing that would
Alright,
get us in
well.
trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, how much crap did we talk last time we had?
That was
going on?
against
There was
America, though. Okay,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a difference. America deserves
Yeah.
getting shit.
And society.
society. All right, Joker.
Look at his
calm
hair.
down.
He's almost Juan Phoenix. Okay.
It's not about the money.
It's not about the money.
It's sending a message.
Why so serious, Batman?
Perfect.
I just switched back to being normal on
It's
Batman.
perfect.
Fuck. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna talk now because these dudes are done. Now,
All right, Tony.
I'm going to talk about my trip to Santa Fe. I don't know if I already did that on podcast. I don't think I did.
Honestly, I don't remember because I know we talked a little bit about trips last time, but that was also a couple weeks ago because we suck at being consistent.
Well, but
anyways,
yeah, I think I talked about me actually going because it was before. I think our last episode was before the trip because our last episode was really early January. And
yes, actually, it was. It was. I think we literally published it
the 4th
on
New Year's. Okay,
New Year's Day
so
or
yeah,
the day
so
after. I think.
actually went on the trip. Now.
Okay.
So anyone who knows me knows I really like hats, right?
Oh no.
Anyone
I
who
see where this is going. That's that is a terrible way to intro this because that's just oh no.
anyone who
where's
knows
this
me
going?
also knows that I my car's a little bit of a shitter. Now, luckily my car didn't do anything bad. It just made noises. But I kind of love driving long distances now because driving to Santa Fe was so much fun because there's no cops on the route to Santa Fe, and there's really no guidance for speed. So most of the time I was hitting a solid 80, just going. It was great, honestly.
Nice.
And
All right.
let's see, I had there's a point to where I hit 90, and then I realized I hit 90 because I was going downhill. I was like, oh, I should slow down. We got to Santa Fe. We chilled out. We actually did Meow Wolf, which, by the way, Meow Wolf was sick as hell. I recommend going to everyone in this call and anyone listening.
I mean, I talked about it briefly in the last episode, but I went to the Meow Wolf in Vegas,
I
which is a
want
different
to go to
exhibit.
that one,
but
because that
still,
one sounds sick as hell. Yeah.
it's
This
pretty
one
cool.
was the House
It's
of
pretty
Eternal
cool.
Return, and I really enjoyed it. It was just really cool. There's a lot of
What's the theme
it's
of that one?
a house with you'll notice that I think that overall what I picked up was the theme was child imagination. like imagination being like a really big contributor to it, like a child's
Right.
imagination specifically, because there was a lot of things that you could definitely tell was like, oh yeah, you could see a child doing that, thinking of that, and you could see it. I don't want to describe too much because I don't want to take away from it for people.
I just pulled up the website just to like look at some pictures to kind of get a visual, but
There
yeah,
was
I
this
kind of see what you
one
mean.
dome. There's this one area where if you crawl into it, it's just a bunch of different types of eyes staring down on you. But that was my favorite room.
That's creepy. It
Of
would
course,
be.
it was you and your eldritch horror.
Meanwhile, yeah, yeah, but it was a really cool experience. We spent like 4 hours in there, just kind of digging around, trying to figure out the story. I accidentally found a fucking hidden passageway by trying to pull out a book to read for a bit. I literally just pulled on a book and the whole bookcase opened, and I was like, "What the hell?" That was-
There's a thing kind of like that in the Vegas one where they have a door built into a locker. So it's like you can imagine like it's like the full like cabinet sized locker, right? Not like the stupid ass
Mhm.
little square ones. Like cabinet size. It's like 3 or 4 of them shoved up against a wall in this
break room
kind of
type
like
area.
I guess broadcast
Oh.
looking room kind of thing. Yeah, I guess there's like a break room attached to it. And you can't tell like at all unless you see someone open it from the other side. But if you pull on to the third handle, like if you imagine a door where the doorknob would be is kind of like on the right side usually, right? If you pulled on that right handle, it opened up an entire door that was in seam with the wall, so you couldn't tell when it was closed. But then it would open an
That's
entire
sick.
separate room.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Like there was a
It's really
doorway
cool.
through the fridge in House of Eternal Return.
Oh my god, sorry. I have to just real quick tangent because I just remembered I scared the shit out of someone in the Vegas exhibit by doing that because I was on my second trip around the exhibit, so I already knew about that secret passage, but the other people in the room didn't, right? So I was like, okay, I want to go back to this one room and take a look around some more. So I just like I think I scared them because of how fast I did it. Because I was kind of like not hurrying, but I wasn't just like meandering around. I was just like, oh yeah, so we just go through this door. Like I just walked into the room, grabbed the locker, and basically pulled the entire wall open. And next to, I could tell like this family that had just walked in. So they're exploring. I just walk in. I'm like, hey, see ya. And I just dip through the wall, and they're like, what?
Dude,
What do you do?
I had
So,
that
it
done
was
to
funny.
me, but in a different way. I was chilling in the like kitchen. This dude comes out of the fridge, just straight up steps out of it, and I was like, "What the
Nice.
fuck?"
Oh, you can
Yeah.
go through a fridge in the Vegas one too. Well, actually, it's not a fridge;
but
it's
like
a
it was so
freezer,
weird.
but-
I was like, "What the hell, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, that happens." My favorite room in the House of Eternal Return
It
though
just
was
happened.
the Toon Room. Like it was a black and white, like old timey cartoon
Mhm.
room, and it was awesome. I got a shirt, I got a hoodie with the design on it.
I guess we should probably explain what the heck we're talking about because we sound like we're
Shrooms.
on.
I want to
freaking
go.
Drugs
I want to
talking
go.
about this,
Yeah,
and it does.
I've been waiting
you-
for a time to ask, like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, so I can say you do kind of feel like you're on drugs when you're at these, but Tony, you might be able to explain it better than me. But Meow Wolf is a like artist group, I guess is the best way I can put it.
Mhm.
That makes like walkthrough exhibits, and it's not like, oh yay, pretty, there's a painting on the wall kind of exhibit. It's like they make like immersive kind of like experience type things
Oh,
where they'll
It's-
retrofit like in Tony's case a house, or in my case it's like a mock supermarket, and they'll do all kinds of funky stuff playing with like your
Expectate.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's so hard
it's
to
basically
explain.
it's basically
Go
at least for me, the House of Eternal Returns. The best way to describe it, it was a real life ARG. It was sick as hell because alternate
what's an
reality
ARG?
game. Yeah,
Ah,
it was sick.
So
but it had like a whole storyline that you could follow through it, and that you had to find different clues for it to piece together, and it was and you
Mhm.
travel. It makes you fully explore each of the sections and shit. And like, for me personally, I loved it because it was just you would find secret after secret and room after room, and all these rooms are different in design, make, and even like just in like era, and it's awesome. Like there was one I call affectionately the moss couch because it was a couch, and then the entire room was just moss, like bleeding into the couch. It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
oh
It's really hard to describe because it's super weird. Like it's just if you can imagine like oh my god, I don't even know how to describe because when I say art exhibit, you always think of just like walking through like a museum, but it's not. It's like an entire walkthrough story, basically. Like in my case, at least, the one in Vegas is kind of sci-fi y. But it's just like all these connected rooms with different like little mini experiences, but then it all pieces together into one story. So they will play around with like lighting or like fog effects and just like mess with
Ooh.
like your vision or your like perception of things. Like I said, there's like secret doors in like random walls that you can walk through, and like Tony was saying, you'll see other people exploring the exhibit that'll just like pop out of the floor randomly, and you're like, where the hell did you come from? But it's because they found some like obscure ladder on the bottom floor. This happened to me. Some obscure ladder on the bottom floor that just leads up a manhole to the second floor. It's like, what?
dude.
Why? But it's great because it's okay. This is a really random comparison. Have any of you guys ever played the game Control? It came out a little while ago. Basically, it was like almost like an SCP.
That's how I was
type thing
about
where
to
it's
describe
like,
it.
secret government facility kind of thing. That's the closest thing I can describe it to, at least for the Vegas one. I'm
Bro.
not sure about yours, Tony. It literally felt like walking through like an IRL kind of SCP thing, even though there's no like horror to it. It has that same kind of overhead where it's like kind of creepy, a little unnerving in certain areas, but there's this whole story to it that they build. And it's like, but even if you don't pay attention to the story, you can go through all these rooms and they mess around with like mirrors and lasers and all this kind of stuff. Like, I was talking about,
honestly, if
That's cool.
it actually made me.
Honestly, I would love for a horror one to be made because that would be awesome. Because these things are so they make sure that your experience is uninterrupted. They make sure you are fully integrated into the actual place. Like you have to choose to interrupt your experience. Nothing else will. It's really random because you'll sometimes, like one time I was walking through the washroom and I saw a kid literally dive into the washer and disappear. Like I don't know what the hell happened.
No.
I think I don't even know where it led to. I just know that kid didn't come back out after a few minutes. So I just kind of left it at that. I was like, I'm too small to fit. I'm too big to fit in there. So cool. But it's
Nice.
I recommend going to them because they're amazing. They're exactly the type of thing I enjoy a lot, which is just this, as Lucas said, slightly unsettling, like dazing out of reality feeling. It's like it's very clearly a reality. It's very clearly set in person, but it's just so odd and bizarre that you can't fully grasp what you're seeing sometimes.
It's like if the Backrooms was on like 7 drugs at the same time.
Oh.
That's the best way I can describe it. It's like you're tripping out in a alternate space. I don't know. It's so hard to describe. If you get a chance to go to it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's not really the type of thing you'll want to do multiple times, because if you go once and you kind of experience all the rooms, especially if you stay there, if you care about the story and you kind of like look into it. Like personally, I didn't look into the story very much of mine because I didn't have like a ton of time, but you can get a lot of time out of this just like looking into all these small details and all this like stuff that they decorate all these rooms with, because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool. Anyways, I'll shut up about it now, but it's really trippy. I'd recommend looking up like a video or something on it. Because I think it'll make a lot more sense to kind of get like a peek at it than, me and Tony trying our damn hardest to make any sense of something that really can't be made sense of.
But I really want to go to the one in Vegas because that one, I feel like that one I love so much because it's a supermarket.
Oh, Tony, you would. I mean, it's barely a supermarket, dude. You start in the supermarket and then you just go into the fucking back rooms. Like
That sounds even more
swear.
fun. So
Like
I'm down.
I'm not like literally a quarter of it maybe is the supermarket. The other like 3/4 is like secret government agencies, other planets, like alternate dimensions, and like all this other random crap.
Dude,
It's
yeah,
like,
but
oh
there's
my
there's
God.
3 total in the
Unlocked.
U.S. and I think those are the only 3 in existence in the world.
Mhm.
I don't know where the third one is. I think it's in Denver, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we got our
Let me
Google
look.
man, Lucas. Yeah, Denver.
Yeah. Oh, there's 4. There's one in there's a new one coming this summer in where's Grapevine? So there's one in Dallas. That's the one that's okay, so there's 2
Oh.
in Texas
Oh,
now. There's one in Grapevine that's opening up, which is I guess north of Dallas, and then there's one in Denver.
okay.
So
Well then, I would be down to road trip down there at some point and just do that because God, I actually Meow Wolf is by far one of my most favorite things I did on this trip. Even though I like actually completely broke my phone while I was in the exhibit. Like I
Tony?
didn't
Oh, really?
actually have communication with my grandparents for like the last 2 days of the trip because I broke my phone. I had to call them from a friend's phone and be like, "Hey,
Nice.
don't worry, it's not that I'm ghosting you. It's literally just my phone's broke as hell."
Did you
No,
get
I
a
just
new
got
one
the
now?
screen repaired. So yeah,
Oh,
but
okay,
yeah,
cool.
Meow Wolf was my favorite
Um,
thing about that. And then we went to downtown Santa Fe, which by the way, downtown Santa Fe is just a shit ton of shops. Hey,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you turn down your mic a little bit? That clap was
I did
very
it again. Like I had
loud.
to stop. My bad, guys. But yeah, so
You're
we went
good.
to downtown Santa Fe, which is a shit ton of shops. It has a lot of churches in it. It has like it's honestly a great little place just to go around and shop. I'm going to get that hat that I was talking about, and I'm going to have you guys play a guessing game on how much it costed. Okay, so here's the hat.
oh no.
Nice,
All right.
good inlay, made in America, all that jazz. Who wants to guess?
I'll put a bid in for 80.
Okay.
Wait, show the hat. Where'd it go?
It's a nice oval top. Yeah.
Oh, 150.
Okay. Matt, what's your guess?
Oh, I'll make it interesting.
Matt's the closest. It was 225.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I had a coworker that recently just spent 150 on a hat and 300 on a pair of cowboy boots.
Lucas.
Oh, no.
That hat, it's been my most expensive purchase to date, but I have something that's really close to it that's going to be coming in on 29th. I got a coat, okay? I got a nice pea coat.
Oh, Tony, aren't we supposed to be saving
Shut
for
the
a
fuck
computer,
up,
my
Lucas.
guy?
I have to literally my work has thrown that plan out the window so many goddamn times. But yes, I am saving for that actually, and I do have a decent amount. Currently it's almost exactly 500. Until when I get my tax returns will be going towards that as well. So probably going to be close to 1,000 when I get my tax returns. But anyways, yeah, that hat, I bought some honey, really nice honey. Met a really chill, like a bunch of really chill shopkeepers there who were just kind of like, they weren't even trying to sell you products. They were just like, yeah, they were trying to actually help you find what you're looking for. And it was nice. Yeah. Like I found a really nice store called Parts Unknown, which is a like Western store, which has made like clothing pieces and stuff for Yellowstone, the TV show, and has made a bunch of clothing for different like Western shows and stuff. And the people in there were really nice. They just kind of like were like, yeah, you should probably go to like this place or this place if you're looking for this specific thing. Because I was looking for a nice like longer coat at the time, which I found when I went to the mall like 3 days after the trip. But yeah, so that was a really nice downtown Santa Fe. And then after downtown Santa Fe, we went ahead and we went over to what's it called? I don't know the exact name of the museum, but it was a folk art museum. It had a lot of like really cool folk art from around the world, a lot of really cool exhibits with indigenous art, with like old art from like the 1800s and a bunch of stuff like that. And I'm not just talking about paintings, I'm talking about like entire townscapes that people made. And like it was just basically about the cultures. It even had different dressing styles from older cultures in like different parts around the world. It had this really old xylophone, which I think was from Denmark, if I'm not mistaken, that were allowed to play. And it was from like the 18th century. And they were just like, yeah, you can play it. And I played it a lot.
Your cat's destroying your blinds. Ace is having a good time.
Stop that. But yeah, it was a really fun trip, and I almost got lost on my way back home from the airport, dropping Mars and Tyson off because I didn't have a phone to use for GPS. So
right. that poses a bit of it. Why didn't you?
Because I had to drop them off. Hey, I had to drop them off at the airport, and I used. They're not going to be in the car for me to use their phone for GPS.
Well,
I did. I'm in getting back to my house though.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in the middle of Albuquerque, and I live on the edge of Rio Rancho. Hey, I'm going to pick you up. Come here.
That's it. Your cat's being kidnapped.
So it was this whole. It was like it. I luckily didn't get lost because my grandfather gave me enough directions over the phone to be like, yeah, this is this. Before I left the airport, so there was that. And that was my trip to Santa Fe. Now, other than that, that was just the one event that I wanted to rant about. And then also, I recently went to the mall. I got a really nice, longer gray overcoat.
Nice.
Oh no, Tony's acquiring more drip.
Now we're gonna play the guessing game again. So you guys round up your bids.
Oh boy.
Goyo's currently in the middle of the game.
It's currently being altered. So no, it's not in my room.
What do you mean by altered?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to get.
I see.
I stick with $300.
I'm gonna go
Matt?
200.
I don't think there is a point, guys. I think if it's the same one that you were talking about earlier, Goyo's got it.
Come on, just give a guess, Matt. Just make it a random number, but let's say do between 200 and 300. Just to make it interesting.
I don't know, 250. Right
Lucas is the closest. Right. It was actually 210. It was less expensive than my hat.
Let's go. That's
the reason being was because they the store I got it from directly imports it from Italy themselves, so they don't have to mark it up as much, which is really nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's cool though.
I didn't get it marked up, and I was really tempted to buy a second coat, but I didn't because I know myself.
You had great restraint.
More like I just knew if I bought the second one, my grandparents would be like, "Bro, come on." I knew they'd just immediately rip me a new one. I was like, okay, fair enough. So I got that one. It's coming in on the 29th, actually. I'll show it off on the next podcast. It's really nice.
Sure.
Comfortable. It's the only thing that needed to be altered on it was the sleeves to make them longer. And that was it. So, yeah. And that's about...
Dude, I have the same problem with all of my jackets.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Yeah. Like, look at my wrist.
It's literally always so short on me. It sucks. But yeah, that was my mall trip. And then I'm going to now rant about, because we're just taking turns ranting, and I've done two different things now. Third thing, Call of Cthulhu session. I think I've already ranted a little bit about, just before I even started the campaign, what it was going to be about. Shape-shifting monster, tormenting my party.
Yeah. For those who haven't seen previous episodes, this is Tony's Call of Cthulhu / D&D campaign. I'm one of the players, and being tormented is actually kind of fun, but also sucks.
If I got Lucas to curse at me during it, which was really nice. It was really funny. And for it just everyone knows
Forgot about
Lucas
that.
doesn't
You
curse.
deserve it.
Yeah. So Lucas's character, his whole back. Yeah, I deserved it.
deserve
I
it?
fully deserved it because I pulled something from his character's backstory. Lucas's backstory is very simple. Like his character's backstory is that his family died in a car accident. You didn't have to have tragic. You chose to. But
yeah.
what I did is the creature that's hunting them is essentially treating it as a game and treating them as little playthings. And so it wrote them all a letter saying, "Hey, welcome to the game. Hope you have fun." And I added personalized details on each of them. Where on the back of Lucas's, it was a car with 3 people standing next to it to represent his family, and it was really funny because immediately as I described it, Lucas just went "fuck," and that was a single syllable. Fuck. It was so great.
Was it really? I thought it. I thought it was. I thought it was.
Yeah,
mad at
you said "fuck" and I think you were about to say "you," but like you did. You were just like "fuck."
Oh,
Yeah,
and then I just cut off.
mm-hmm.
Really, that's even.
And
better.
then for the other players, I customized it really well. Lawrence was the only one that the creature didn't bother to customize as much. Actually, it was just "hope you enjoy" with a smiley face. And
yeah, for YouTube sake, we are not actually traumatizing anyone. This is all in fun and games. Yes.
And let's see, Caden's. I did a portrait on the back of an older woman. That will come into play later. I don't want to describe too much of that one, just because Lucas is in here.
I know like nothing about Caden's character, but I can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
can't
and
really
then
say anything.
for Ashes, I just left a bundle of flowers on top, and they had a very specific meaning, which was really funny. But yeah, and then they got kidnapped by not even by my creature. It was by one of the outer players. This is what I call them, because I give the chance to each of my friends if they want to play an outside force in my game, which is essentially they can interact with the story and also try and weave a story in of my story of them trying to maybe help the players or hinder them. And Jacob is playing the role of a neutral thing in this currently. He's not exactly helping you or hindering you. He's just kind of hey, I'm here. If you need a little bit of help, you're going to have to hurt yourself for it. So it was really funny. So I liked it. I liked the way he introduced himself. He literally just sent me a message hey, they're going to be here in a graveyard, my guy. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's make it more atmospheric by just having them run through the woods and through fog. Enjoyable.
It's like playing through a not like a horror film, but like a suspense,
which I prefer,
kind of movie.
Yes,
Kinda
suspense is way better than horror any day of the week because
I agree. Although I'm not much of a fan of horror, which is funny because I'm playing in this campaign, but I think that's the reason why I like it is because it doesn't just feel like, oh, we're going to be spooky for the sake of being spooky. Like there's actually a story. Wow.
Whoa, what a concept.
Yes. And
Right.
if either of you want to be an outside force, I'd happily allow you to be.
Oh, no. No, they gave me, no,
If you
no.
want the chance to traumatize me too, now's your chance.
Yeah.
Appreciate the offer.
It sounds like he has ideas.
That sounded malicious. Oh my god.
Oh,
My Joker
dude, just go for it, man. It's honestly,
Dude, Goyo, can you just make Goyo just a ball that he's controlling as a spirit?
just a little Rocket League plush ball that chases them around.
No, not a plush. It's a sphere of stone or something. Just something random.
Sure.
Just a malevolent rock.
Malevolent rock hits you in the side of the head. You die.
That's it. Roll a new character,
Wait,
idiot.
why am I hearing what a save being
But
spelled?
yeah, so basically that's for anyone who is a friend of mine or who I know and they want to mess with my players in some way, shape, or form. Just do you have to come and talk to me? It's really easy. I accept any form because honestly, it always adds more to the person's experience in my eyes. Because having a singular DM is like having only one flavor of ice cream. You might really enjoy it, but you'll get sick of it after a while. So always bringing in an outside force to influence it someone will always have a fresh face, sort of. And that's why I really like that style. It's why I try and get people to join in as an outside force. Or for instance, Caden did a wonderful job as an outside force in my first campaign of Call of Cthulhu. He played both sides of the coin of being both a helper and a bit, in fact, a helper and a detriment. Especially towards in the last session, he was a detriment. He got all of them killed, and that's how my last campaign ended.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a bunch of bullshit.
Pops out of a portal, cuts someone's arms off, and then gets thrown back in.
Refuses
Yeah.
to elaborate.
And honestly, it adds a lot more character to the actual campaign to my eyes. But that's my rant on that, because hopefully next Thursday we'll have another session, and then we'll have Lucas more traumatized slightly. Extra flavor. What about you, Lucas? What have you been up to?
Nah, those sessions have been fun though. Dude, honestly, I'm very glad that you guys had stuff to talk about because I have very little, which sounds really sucky, but I talked about my trip already last session. And other than that, the only major thing I've had going on recently is obviously college stuff, which is not super exciting, but I can talk about a little bit that this should be, again, I'm going to say this if everything goes according to plan. This should be my last semester at Saddleback,
Let's go.
which is pretty hype. I'll actually have an associate's degree after this, which isn't much, but hey, it's something nevertheless.
Let's go.
My idea is to transfer out to a bigger university. I've got a couple applications out right now, but I've actually got accepted to one already, which is pretty cool.
Dox yourself.
So regardless of the other two, I'm at least going somewhere. No, I'm not going to, because I already have said where I go to college now. I don't need to dox myself for the future. So
yes, because someone's gonna be waiting for you at your future college.
Yeah, right. How dare you?
Hey man, I remember that. You remember that episode that you did?
Remember that 7 years? No, it's 7 years. What the hell am I talking about? 7 months ago. That makes more sense. Months ago makes more sense. So, anyways, yeah. Regardless,
you're
though,
out of college in 7 years.
Yeah, right. God, I hope so. It'll be about 5 years total that I'll be in college for. But no, so that's kind of exciting for me because it's slowly feeling like a reality. Because I had basically an extra year at community because I swapped my majors once. So now I can actually go do stuff. And Matt, I think you're kind of in the same boat. I think you're leaving after this semester as well. So.
Yep. Yeah.
But honestly, I can't really say much outside of that. I'm just kind of finishing up a lot of my last minute requirements for my major, and then I'm kind of out, which is
nice.
Cool.
Let's go.
So it's approaching very quickly. It's really weird to think that I'm gonna be moved out in half a year because I'll have to be there by August.
Oof.
So
nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude.
That is.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So again, cross my fingers, hope everything goes according to plan, because basically all I have to do is not screw up this last semester of classes. And as long as I can do that,
said and done.
We're chilling. Because the worst thing that could happen right now is if I fail even one singular class, I would have to wait an entire other semester, because that acceptance that I got is entirely based on me finishing my requirements.
Yo.
So I have no doubt that I'm not going to do well.
You're going to do well. You're doing well.
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be fine is what I'm saying. But
you're confident.
Still, it's a little bit not stressful, but it's the back of my mind that's man, I really have to not screw up, because this is going to impede so many plans if I do.
That's how it all goes.
But hey, it's all good though. We're surviving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you just kind of jogged my memory. I might be switching majors. I don't know.
Oh.
I've kind of noticed that I'm not as passionate about teaching as I thought I would originally be. And then I also just realized I really like talking about religion and politics.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes.
what are you
Might be
thinking
Paul
of
sci,
swapping
you
to?
know, political science. Just become
Oh,
politician
okay, yeah.
myself. Destroy the system from within.
Tony's going to become president
That would
one
be.
day. Here we go.
I'd vote for Tony.
I don't know. I feel like I would too, but it would also be a
It'd be
very
like-
dangerous vote. Have you seen this? Have you seen this man?
I've heard of his Cthulhu campaigns, and that's actually why I'm voting for
Pog
him.
W.
Listen,
Dude, he's gonna make
my
the-
D&D campaigns
I
got
was-
me elected. Let's go.
No, I was about to say he's gonna make the entire month of October just like every week's a mandatory
All right.
D&D
All of
session.
October is a
I
national
would
holiday.
though. That would be awesome. What do you mean?
But I don't think you have that kind of power. But
Fuck the education of children. We need October spooky.
The spook is required. I don't care if you have finals in a month. That sucks. Get out of here.
But it's much more interesting, and I do genuinely find I have a lot of interest in the way religion and politics interact, and with the way religion overall interacts with the world, and how politics shapes the world. Just the entire facet of how both those interact and change the world mostly it's been for the worst from what I've studied and like looked at, but there's been some good. Obviously, there's always good. I mean, there's not total anarchy in streets. There's not like dead people everywhere. It's not total oligarchies.
This ain't the purge.
There's genuinely some development.
Fair enough.
But the overall, I want to view it, and I want to either be a part of the system and try and like actually see how it works from the inside, or just teach others how it works and show them why they need to be educated on it, because it's important. And then also, since we literally have had Goyo on for this entire time, and he has barely said any words. Tell us your plans, Goyo. What are you going to grad school for?
Oh yeah, my plans. I want a graduate degree in like a mental health field. So a lot of the degrees I'm applying for are like clinical counseling, or marriage and family therapy. But I don't actually like being a therapist would be cool, but in the grand scheme of things, I want to be like a sports psychologist, ideally for, an esports team. Could also like help with the coaching I'm doing. So, either dedicated, like, mental health coach, or like, just work it into my normal shit that I'm doing basically. And then beyond that, just, playing a lot of Rocket League. Hopefully I get to play some more in college, but, I think only 2 of the 6 schools I am applying to like have like a dedicated esports program. So we'll kind of see how that goes.
Set one up.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure life out,
I apologize if I asked you this last time. Are you ever hoping to play Rocket League in like a professional sense, like outside of school?
Yeah, that's what I'm working
Okay.
towards right now. Got a long way to go, but I figure this is the best shot I'll have at doing something like this in my life, so might as well pursue it, see where it goes.
It's something you're passionate about. You might as well.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
harm in trying,
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Tony, I know this sounds stupid because I'm only like 2 years older than you, but the only advice I would really give you if you're thinking about swapping majors is kind of, and I don't want to stress you out by saying this, but try to do it sooner rather than later, because the sooner you do it, the less time you waste. Because my entire first year of college that was in computer science was basically a waste, because almost nothing mattered to the requirements for my new major other than like GEs. So I don't know, save yourself a little bit of money and time if you can, but obviously don't stress it too much, because there's always, you can always have time.
Luckily, all of my current semesters have been my general educations. I believe, just getting those out of the way. I need to check. I need to like talk to our counselor and be like, "Hey, all that jazz." But I am making sure to do that, Lucas. Don't worry. Thank you for telling me though.
So that's just my personal experience, but that's
now
it.
Goyo, Okay.
Yes.
Here's for the last about 5 minutes of this podcast. You are going to either give us a prompt or a question, and we're all going to either make something up off the prompt or answer the question.
Bruh.
We're playing like
Game
what's it
Changer.
called? Shoot,
Game
what's
Changer
the game
is
show?
the game show I'm thinking of, but like this is.
All right, let him finish his game because he's currently
Bro.
down 1-3.
Are you watching?
Why are you trying to snitch? Why are you snitcher, Galaxy? What's that? What the fuck is that? Noted. Okay. Oh no, I'll remember that. No. All right. Okay. Cool.
Goyo will
Telltale
remember
Games.
this. There you
Yeah.
go.
I feel like I have. I feel
Yeah,
like I have a
right.
punch. I feel like I have something coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Lock your doors.
30 aerial
Careful.
dribbles. Go.
Even if I weren't in game right now, I'm fucking terrible at thinking of stuff on the spot like that.
You're good,
so
man. We're getting.
That's why I
close
put
to
him on the
our
spot, 'cause I
end
thought it would
anyway,
be
so
funny.
we're all good.
I was gonna.
Does
I was gonna
okay.
bring up your Overwatch performance yesterday. So.
oh my gosh.
Matt, don't dig your own grave, man. You're already in trouble.
Dude, I'm already.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm
Lucas's
taken
goatee
off
looks
anyway,
fly as
so I don't
fuck.
really
Not
care
gonna
right
lie.
now.
It's not
Thank
like
you.
it's showing, but
Yeah.
also it's like, yes, good job, Lucas.
It's just like you can't tell very much on camera, but it's
It-
there.
Well,
So there is a shadow where there was
Shadow the
not one
Hedgehog.
previously.
Anyways,
Oh my!
I think this podcast
Anyways.
is about to end from
All right,
all of us dying.
Does anyone else have any last minute?
Go
Thoughts?
check out a previous episode of Goyo about America slander. I prefer. So
Truth. It's
Goyo
literally
approved.
titled American Slander. It's pretty easy to find. It also was one of our just most chaotic episodes from what I remember.
Yeah.
And best, I would say.
One of my personal favorites recording. One of my
alongside
It was fun.
Tony's ego, that if I know Matt.
Oh, I think that's still top, but it's pretty good. But yeah, I guess that's for today. I guess that is everything. So we'll run down the usual. But hey, if you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you as always for watching. We do really appreciate it. If you are watching us on YouTube, don't forget we are also on Spotify or vice versa. If you hate watching us, you can just listen on Spotify. But yeah, check us out on either platform. We've got our individual channels and stuff posted down below. Matt is the one that actually posts consistently. And Goyo, if you want to shout out anything, go ahead. If you have any social or anything, if you want.
Yeah. It's _Goyo, ITS_GOYO on YouTube and Twitter.
Actually, a great handle. You just got
Yeah.
It's Goyo. That's awesome.
Make sure to send that to Lucas, by the way.
You know he's professional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can post that for you if you'd like. So.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Anyways,
thank you.
yeah, for now, though, I think that is it for us. So thank you guys again for watching, and
Boing.
we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.